For decades, every few years, a new high-profile court case has captured the attention of American media sources, causing the nation to erupt in excitement. Whether we're fixated on an ill-fitting glove or a questionable alibi, we eagerly turn on the morning news each day before heading to work, where the topic dominates the water cooler chatter. As a society, we consume a great deal of dramatized fiction through popular culture, with a front row seat to the most recent developments in a high-profile, real-life criminal case. It is not surprising that our attention grows. We're eager to serve as honorary jurors from the comfort of our own homes, speculating and making judgments on the basis of new evidence. While state restrictions surrounding media contacts in the courtroom differ, the most captivating cases nonetheless find a way to capture the entire nation. These cases involve people the public likes to despise, attorneys whose reputations precede them, surprising revelations of fresh, damaging information, and, in one of the trials on our list, a marriage proposal in court. Hello everyone, and welcome to another video. Today we'll be looking at the most mind-blowing moments in court. Yeah, you heard it right. Number 1. O.J. Simpson. We would be negligent if we began our list with anything other than the trial of the century. This is the granddaddy of all courtroom media spectacles. Orenthal James Simpson versus the people of the state of California. The entire nation was on edge when former NFL running back O.J. Simpson was charged with 2 counts of murder for the 1994 murders of his ex-wife, Nicole Brown Simpson, and her friend, Ron Goldman. Not only was the famous defendant represented by an extremely prominent team of defense attorneys called the Dream Team at the time, but the case also drew unparalleled media attention. Its coverage was so extensive that it prompted numerous delays in the trial, which ultimately lasted 11 months. The fact that witnesses began telling their stories to the tabloid press barred them from testifying at the hearing. It was difficult to narrow down a pool of potential jurors who could stay impartial in light of the non-stop media coverage of Simpson's arrest and the murder case in general during jury selection. Throughout the trial, 10 jurors would be discharged for various reasons, leaving only 4 of the original 12 jurors on the final panel. Number 2. Ted Bundy. While the O.J. Simpson trial may currently maintain the unofficial title of Trial of the Century, the criminal trial of Ted Bundy was the first to be broadcast nationwide on television. Bundy was not the first serial killer in the US, nor will he be the last. Nonetheless, something about the charismatic psychopath attracted the interest of many. Even after he was jailed for many murders and sexual assaults, Bundy's reputed movie star good looks attracted the attention of numerous young women. Not only did Bundy get hundreds of love letters from female admirers while incarcerated, but it was customary for young, attractive women to line the rows of his trial in an attempt to catch a look at him. The intriguing criminal chose to represent himself in court, and one of the most memorable moments was when he proposed to his faithful lover and champion of his innocence, Carol Ann Boone, while he questioned her on a witness stand. Bundy was actually tried numerous times, however, he managed to evade capture and courtrooms on each occasion. His activities ultimately resulted in 3 distinct murder convictions, each accompanied by a death sentence. In 1989, he was executed by electrocution. Number 3. Casey Anthony. When Casey Anthony was arrested in 2008 for allegedly murdering her 2-year-old daughter, Haley, the United States had been captivated by the Caylee Anthony case. This young mother's odd and frequently shifting accounts of what transpired in the final days and hours of her daughter's life startled the nation. From a story about a wholly fictitious nanny kidnapping Caylee through months of lies about keeping a job she didn't have, it was evident to many spectators that Anthony was concealing something. The trial was a media circus, with every side reporting many times per day on the latest developments. The hearings were carried live on cable networks, and Anthony was swiftly labeled as America's most despised mother. In 2011, Anthony, who waited a full month before reporting her daughter missing, stood trial for murder. The capital punishment was still on the table. At the hearing, suspect internet searches, forensic evidence that a decomposing body had probably been in the trunk of Anthony's car, and unsubstantiated allegations of sexual abuse were offered as evidence. Number 4. George Zimmerman. The case of George Zimmerman, which hinged on Florida's controversial self-defense legislation, became a national phenomenon, with media attention exploding and civil rights groups loudly demanding justice. In actuality, public pressure on law enforcement did not lead to Zimmerman's arrest until 6 weeks after he shot and killed 17-year-old Trayvon Martin, claiming self-defense. Martin was walking home on the evening of February 26, 2012, and after purchasing from a nearby convenience store, the boy wearing a hoodie was noticed by neighborhood watch volunteer George Zimmerman, who found him suspicious. The neighborhood was notorious for petty crime, with 402 calls to the police between January 1st, 2011 and February 26, 2012. So Zimmerman, who had a history of calling the police to report suspicious activity, reported the incident. Little is known about the subsequent events. The 911 operator urged Zimmerman to cease his pursuit of Martin. After the phone call ended, a violent confrontation ensued, resulting in Zimmerman fatally shooting the 17-year-old who was 70 yards from his home. So that's all from today's video. If you enjoyed it, remember to leave a like, subscribe, and ring that bell icon so that you never miss our upcoming videos. And don't forget to share your thoughts in the comments section down below. Stay tuned, and we'll catch you in the next video.